Hello. Today we will take a look at the article that was written by Nicholas Carr and published in Harvard Business Review Journal, and it's called IT Doesn't Matter. In this article, author discusses the diminishing of strategic importance of information technologies. Information technologies today are everywhere. Uh, IT became an integral part of each business, and success came with IT. And that is why a lot of top managers changed their attitude toward this kind of sector. Previously, do not they have never dealt with IT. However, now they try to talk about IT strategic value and the ways to get competitive advantage by using it. And the majority of people usually think that if IT is everywhere, it brings value. However, it is a big mistake because it is not. The value is usually caused by the difference or some advantage. Nonetheless, in IT today, there is no differences and there is no competitive advantage that IT can bring to any company. Generally, IT can be easily compared to electricity, to telephone, telegraph, or even railroad. History shows that since all of the mentioned products became available everywhere, their value diminished. For example, none of the businesses try to build their business according to uh, there are two types of technologies. First is proprietary technologies, and the second is infrastructural technologies. Proprietary technologies are those that can be owned by a single company, and this type of technology can give competitive advantage for the company. For instance, if some innovation can protect the packaging material of products, it would be hard for competitors to replicate it. However, infrastructural technology oppositely uh, provide more value when they used commonly. Uh, and this type of technology usually lead to broader market changes. For example, when railroads were invented, uh, it helped mass consumer market to become real, to came into existence. And when infrastructural technologies are used, they are definitely affordable, convenient. Nonetheless, the opportunity of individual advantage is gone. The only advantage that can be reached in this type of technologies is the cost advantage. Nonetheless, again, it's really hard to do. Uh, Rapid commoditization is one of the things that makes IT infrastructural technology. IT can be easily called a transport because it usually transport a large amount of information from one place to another. And just like any transport, it is valuable when it is commonly used and shared. Also, IT is very replicable. For example, for a lot of people and even companies, it's much cheaper to purchase to get the ready product for the use rather than to write their own program for the company. Also, now IT is a subject of price deflation. The affordability of IT brought the fall in the price and destroyed potential barriers between companies. We can see that information technologies really reflect the history of infrastructural technologies. Just like second ones, in the beginning they brought a lot of competitive advantage. Nonetheless, when it was widely spread, it was not it stopped giving competitive advantage and it was just commonly used and just gave value to everyone. There are many risks that can be associated with uh, information technologies. For example, obsolescence, security breaches, lack of restriction, technical glitches, and unreliable vendors or partners. And today, those type of risks are even increasing because companies now are moving toward open and even shared systems. And also, there are some additional risks that company should take care of. For example, overspending for IT became quite an actual topic because um, companies fail to understand that IT does not give competitive advantage anymore. That it's just like a commodity. It's just like a telephone, and it's pointless uh, focus of to focus the structure of the company according to the IT advantages. Also, a lot of companies are incurious of IT. For example, in a lot of companies, IT uh, takes around 50% of the overall spending. For example, a lot of companies uses huge data storages for the personal information of each employee. Nonetheless, the each employee fills their data storage with completely useless information that companies should not keep, and that is why companies should control each small processes and reduce the spending on this sector. And also, a lot of studies shows that um, huge IT spending does not give greater and good results. There are three new rules um, that top managers should remember in order to avoid the mistakes of IT spending. And first is spend less. It is true, it's very hard to get competitive advantage by IT, then why should companies spend a lot of money on it? Second rule is follow, don't lead. For example, when new information technologies appear on the market, it's much cheaper to wait a little bit until everyone has purchased it and then purchase this material because it would come up much cheaper, and also maybe some problems that might have appeared in the beginning of the exploitation, they would have been um, changed, and the product just better generally. And the third rule is focus on vulnerabilities and not opportunities. Um, and there are many threats that companies might face. Therefore, they need to prepare themselves from mentioned outages, technical glitches, and security breaches, generally focusing on vulnerabilities. To recapitulate, I would say that information technologies is an integral part of our life. Nonetheless, it's just used everywhere and it's not a competitive advantage. And we need to completely change our attitude to information technologies. So as structure, so as companies and businesses. Thank you for your attention.